Brigid is one of the most beloved deities in the Celtic tradition, a goddess so enduring that when Christianity arrived in Ireland, the church could not erase her. Instead, she was absorbed into the Christian tradition as Saint Brigid, the only person in history to be simultaneously a pagan goddess and a Catholic saint. Her flame, tended by her priestesses at Kildare for centuries, was never allowed to go out. When the church suppressed it, it was rekindled, and it burns to this day. Brigid is a triple goddess in the truest sense, not three faces of one energy, but three complete domains held by one being. She is the goddess of the sacred flame and the hearth. She is the goddess of healing and the healing waters. And she is the goddess of poetry, inspiration, and the creative fire that moves through artists, writers, and makers of all kinds. In the Celtic tradition, these are not separate things. Fire, healing, and creative inspiration are all expressions of the same force, the force that transforms, that illuminates, that calls the dead world back to life. She is associated with Imbolc, February 1st, the first stirrings of spring, Beltane, May 1st, which was yesterday as of this recording, the sacred flame, wells of healing springs, blacksmithing and the forge, poetry and oral tradition, the first light after winter, childbirth and new beginnings, and the specific quality of warmth that is both physical and spiritual. The warmth of a hearth that welcomes, that transforms, that sustains life through the cold. In the modern spiritual community, Brigid is called upon by artists in creative blocks, by healers who need refueling, by those at the beginning of new projects or new life chapters, by those who have been through a long winter of the soul and are ready, finally, cautiously, hopefully, to feel the first warmth of spring. She is for the returning, not just the arriving, for those who have been away from themselves and are finding their way back. The timing of this episode is not coincidental. It's Beltane, May 1st, the great Celtic fire festival, the day when Brigid's counterpart energy blazes into full summer force. The veil between the seen and unseen is thin. The fires are lit, and she is very close today. Welcome. I'm Heather, and this is episode 4 of the Channeled Deity Meditations. It is Beltane as I record this, or very close to it, and I cannot think of a more perfect moment to bring Brigid through. After Hecate's honesty, after Kali's fierce liberation, after Isis's deep gathering, Brigid arrives with something different. She arrives with warmth, with the specific warmth of a hearthfire that is never allowed to go out, with the warmth of someone who tends the flame not dramatically or heroically, but steadily, daily, devotionally, because the world needs light, and she is committed to providing it. This meditation is for the people who have been through a long winter. Not necessarily a literal one, though it may be that too, but the internal winter, the creative block that won't budge, the healing that has been slow and uncertain, the grief that hollowed something out and left the space cold, the period when the thing that used to drive you, the passion, the inspiration, the particular fire that made you feel most alive, went quiet, and you couldn't reach it, and you weren't sure that it would come back. Brigid tends that flame. She knows where it went, and she has been keeping it for you. So sit or lie comfortably, This meditation is gentler than the last two. You can be anywhere in any position. If you have a candle, light it. If you have something you've made, anything, however small, place it nearby as an offering to the creative force. A poem you wrote, a plant you're growing, a meal you cooked, a drawing, a craft project. Brigid honors all of it. Take a long, easy breath in and release it slowly, like thawing out, like the specific quality of relaxation that happens when you come in from the cold and feel the warmth of the room begin to reach you. Again, in and out. Let your body receive warmth on this breath, not forced warmth, the natural warmth of a body that is safe and resting and beginning to remember what it feels like to not be braced against something. One more. And on this exhale, let the winter go. Whatever has felt cold, the creative block, the numb place, the place where fire used to be and hasn't been for a while. Breathe toward it, not to fix it yet, just to acknowledge it with warmth. Good. Now feel the earth beneath you, solid, beginning to warm after the long cold. The earth always warms again. This is the promise of Beltane. This is what Brigid holds. Close your eyes and enter your inner landscape. You are outside at dawn, not winter, the specific morning of Beltane, or the first morning that truly felt like spring, whenever that was for you. The air is clean and cool, but not cold. The sky is that extraordinary shade of blue that exists only in the hour just after the stars have faded and before the sun has fully risen. The world is on the threshold of brightness. You are walking through a green landscape. Ireland, or the memory of Ireland, or whatever Celtic landscape lives in your body as home. Rolling hills, ancient trees, a stream that you can hear before you see it. And ahead, set into the hillside, is a small building. Stone, ancient. The roof is thatched, and from inside, visible through a small window, is a fire. This is the sacred flame, the one that has been tended without ceasing for longer than recorded history, the one they tried to extinguish and couldn't, the one that is, in some essential way, your fire too. Because all creative fire, all healing fire, all hearthfire traces back to the same source. You approach the door. It is open. It has always been open. And you step inside. It is warm, the specific warmth of a fire that has been burning for a very long time, that has settled into its own steady heat. Not the bright snap of a new fire, but the deep, even, inexhaustible warmth of something that has been tended. And there, tending it, is Brigid. She doesn't look up immediately, She is focused on the flame, not anxiously, but with a full, devoted attention to someone who loves what they are doing and considers it sacred. The attention of a healer with a patient, a poet with a word that hasn't arrived yet but is almost there, a mother with a child that needs warmth. Then she looks up, and her face holds that particular warmth of someone who has been expecting you, who is glad you finally came, and who never doubted that you would. She rises and comes toward you, not with ceremony, with ease. She is not a goddess of formality. She is a goddess of the everyday sacred, the fire on the hearth, the poems spoken aloud, the wound dressed with water from the holy well. She takes both of your hands in hers. Her hands are warm, not supernaturally so, the warmth of hands that have tended fire for a very long time. The warmth of someone who knows in their body what heat and light and transformation feel like, and can transfer that knowing through touch. She looks at the place in you that has been cold. She doesn't name it. She doesn't need to. You both know where it is. And then she breathes on it, the way you breathe on a banked coal to bring it back, not blowing it out, but feeding it. The precise breath that knows the difference between too much and not enough. Feel that breath now. The place that was cold beginning to warm, not with the explosion of a new fire, with the first small glow of something that was never truly extinguished. A coal that was covered in ash, banked for the winter, and is just now being found again. The warmth spreads from that place into your chest, into your hands, the hands that make things, that write things, that tend things, into your throat, the place where the poem lives before it finds words, into your eyes, which see things that want to be expressed. This is your creative fire, your healing fire, your capacity to generate warmth for others without losing your own flame. It was never gone. It was banked. And now it is waking. Brigid takes you to the back of the building, where a low doorway leads to a spring, the healing well, her other domain. The water is clear and cold and moving, not stagnant. Healing waters are always moving. She cups her hands in it and holds them toward you. This water carries her blessing, and it carries something more specific. A message, not spoken but felt, absorbed through the skin when you receive it. Reach toward the water in her hands. Receive it. Let what she wants to give you arrive. whatever arrived, a direction for your creative work, a healing for something that has been persisting, a permission you needed, a knowing about the next step, or a simple warmth that is in its own complete message. Hold it. She tended this for you. The dawn is fully arrived outside now. The sky has gone from deep blue to the bright, clear gold of a Beltane morning. The world outside is alive. Brigid walks you back to the doorway. She is not sending you away. She is releasing you into the world with what you came for. This is her nature. She keeps the flame so others can carry it out into the world. She keeps the well so others can be healed and return to life. She is not a goddess who asks you to stay at the fire. She is a goddess who gives you fire so you can go. At the door, she gives you one more thing. A small flame. Not dangerous. Not literal. A quality of inner warmth that will accompany you. The knowledge, in your body rather than your mind, that the fire is tended. That if it banks again, if the winter returns as winters do, you know where to come. The door is always open. The flame is always burning. Step out into the Beltane morning. The world is green and full of the specific aliveness of a world that has come back from the dark. Now come back to your breath, back to the room. Feel the warmth still present in your hands, your chest, the place that was cold. Take a long breath in and release, and let the warmth settle. Thank Brigid for the tending, for keeping the flame while you could not, for giving it back without making you earn it. The sacred fire never went out. It was waiting. It was always just waiting.